Digital Romance TV.
Hi and welcome to Digital Romance TV. My name is Anabel Newton, creator of the Happy Couples Blueprint, and today I'm going to do a very short video about the 3 assumptions which could completely turn around the way that you and your partner deal with conflict. So a very quick introduction to conflict. People think that it's a very negative part of a relationship, but in fact it's an opportunity for growth. I'm assuming and hoping that you did not marry your sibling, which means that you grew up in a completely different household to your partner. So whether or not you come from the same cultural background or the same, socioeconomic background, you still come from a very different culture because every little family has a culture. So when we come to a place of conflict in our relationships, often what we do is we assume that the other person doesn't love us or doesn't understand us because they're not seeing things the way that we are. But the reason they're not seeing things the way we are is because we're all unique individuals. We all have our own viewpoint. So the 3 assumptions is a way of approaching problem solving. So say you're in the middle of an argument with your partner, you can't reach an agreement, you're absolutely frustrated, do something that I call tabling discussion for a later time. So you're not dismissing it, you're not saying we're going to avoid this, we're saying, you know what, in this moment I don't feel very happy, we're going to talk about this in approximately half an hour when I'm going to make a cup of tea and get some biscuits or maybe some coffee, or when I just am going to take a deep breath and be able to sit with you and actually talk about something. And then I'm going to discuss a problem using the 3 assumptions. They are: 1, we're on the same team. 2, neither of us has any intention of trying to make life harder for the other for the benefit of ourselves. And 3, we each love and care first and foremost for the good of our relationship. For example, you have a wonderful toddler around the age of 2. Some people might apply the term terrible twos, but we're not going to apply such terms. Point is, you have a 2-year-old child and they're driving you both insane. And you are each frustrated with the other's approach to said child's way of interacting. So you have a choice. You can keep fighting each other about how the other one is dealing with it incorrectly. Perhaps one of you views the other one as pandering, the other one feels that the other one's too strict and we should be more compassionate. At the end of the day, you each actually love your child. You want the best for your child and you actually want to be in harmony with one another. But in that moment of frustration, it's very difficult to speak rationally. So sit down, have your cup of tea or your coffee or your biscuits or whatever it is that makes it feel peaceful, and apply the 3 assumptions. So we're on the same team. So I'm going to assume that you are not actually trying to fight me about this. Your point is not to make me miserable because we want to be in a united front. So actually we're on the same team and we're each viewing the behavior of our child as something that needs to be addressed. We just don't have the best approach at the moment, clearly. 2, neither of us has any intention of trying to make life harder for the other. So instead of judging the other person's behavior with that child as a deliberate attempt at trying to make your life more difficult, assume that actually we both want our child to be happy, we both want to be in harmony with one another. Therefore, how about we brainstorm and actually figure out why we have different approaches? So perhaps, partner A is a little bit more liberal with the child. Perhaps their background was they had a very strict upbringing with their parents, they didn't feel as close to them, or they've read one too many articles supporting that, whatever it is. Get to the bottom of why their approach is the way it is, and vice versa. So really try and get to the underlying reasons why you're dealing with your child's behavior in a different way. And 3, we each love each other and care first and foremost for the good of our relationship. So you're assuming that the other partner is not trying to frustrate you by having a different approach. So by taking on board those 3 assumptions, you can view the behavioral challenges of your child as something neutral. It doesn't feel neutral, but you can try and sit down and view it as neutral and realize that you each have different perspectives and you each have a different approach, which means that you can actually brainstorm and come up with a unique and new hybrid approach to dealing with your child. And not only that, that approach will be united, and that child, the 2-year-old, perhaps terrible word applied to the behavior associated with a 2-year-old, will no longer do what many children do, and that is pit one parent off another. Now, that's just one example, and obviously I've used an extreme example, but one that probably everyone that has children can relate to. But there are many instances where we allow arguments in our relationship to become a force of separation. So we see each other as being on one side and of the argument, and we're fighting over who's right or who's wrong. But if you actually take on board the viewpoint that you're both on the same team, you both want the best for your relationship, you both care first and foremost for the good of that relationship, then you will view that challenge in a different light and problem solving becomes much more easy. Okay, again, my name is Anabel. I'm here for Digital Romance TV. I hope you enjoyed this video and you're able to enjoy some more. And if you've got any questions, just leave them at the bottom of this video and I will answer them as best I can. Have a wonderful day.
If you've got a cell phone in your pocket or purse right now, then you've got everything you need to create incredible romance and passion with the man or woman in your life at the push of a button. Go to digitalromance.tv/TRB to see Michael Fiore make an entire audience of women in the Rachel Ray Show swoon and learn how to use tiny little text messages to have the relationship of your dreams.